Hi everybody, I'm Zedius, and let's get started with this video. So today we're going to talk about runes, what to look for, what to actually power up, how far to power it up, just general rune guidelines. This is not going to be super in-depth based on monsters, but more of just a good general guideline on runes and just to give you a good overview of them. So let's get started. So you have runes that when they drop, you could have a white rune, which is classified as a normal rune, and these are about useless. The only time I might keep one of these and use it is if I was to get a 6-star speed on slot 2, just until I had something better to replace it. Other than that, these runes are going to get sold, which I'm not going to actually do yet. Or sell this one because I have an additional one. So the next step up would be a magic rune, which is blue, and a blue rune, which is green. Here we go, green. And this rune comes with one stat already on it. So I'm trying to find one that's level 0. Obviously I need to clean my runes up, so I've been trying to sell them as I go. Clearly I've had some bad housekeeping. Okay, so here's one. So this starts out as a green rune, and it's not leveled up at all. It goes in slot 1. Its base statistic is attack. So every time you level this up, the attack will increase. Now the green starting point, or magic, it starts out and it has one substat. That substat is speed. So when we level this up to 3, and levels 3, level 6, level 9, and level 12 of the rune, the substats will increase or gain a substat. So the first level 3 on this rune will go into speed because we already have the first substat unlocked. So if I was to level this up to level 3, speed's going to get increased. Now there's a range that speed can get increased. So a lot of times when you're saving runes, if they don't have good substats, so you see it went from 3 to 7. Now if I was to power this up to level 6, it's going to gain an additional substat, which would then put us at the blue rune, also known as rare. And it has, when it comes, if you get a rare rune, it already has 2 substats. So if we were to level this up to level 3, it could be one of those 2 substats, or it's going to be one of those 2 substats that actually get the increase. And then if we take it up to level 6, one of the 2 substats will get the increase again. It could be resistance, so that time it rolled into resistance, or it could be accuracy. Now if we were to power up a rune to +9, or we can get one from the base, level 1, it would become purple and be a hero rune, and already comes with 3 substats. So as we power this up, at level 3 it's going to pick one of those substats to increase. At level 6 it's going to pick another one of those existing substats. And at level 9 it's going to pick another one of these existing substats. And at level 12 it will actually roll a new substat. So just as an example, this is +3 and it's green or magic, and if we were to power this up to +6, it will become a rare blue rune, and it's going to pick a new substat. But because that substat is starting at 0, it's increasing from a base of 0. It's obviously not as good as if we were to actually roll that. This rune is complete trash anyways. And if you get a hero rune, this already has 3 substats on it. Now this is a low base speed roll, but if all 3 of these rolled into speed, this would actually be a decent starting rune. This is a fatal rune, so you'd want the attack. So we got crit rate, we got attack, we got speed on here, we got crit damage. Now that crit damage on this particular rune will never power up. So even if you got a 6-star legendary rune, which a legend is one of these at level 1, it starts out orange, it's a legend rune, it already has all 4 substats, so you're going to see how the rune could evolve all the way up to level 12. At level 3, one of those is going to get an increase. 6, 9, and 12, one of those at random will get an increase. That rune that I just had, which I have to find, this one, this rune, the crit damage will never increase, and if there's a thing in the game that allows you to, it's called a reappraisal stone, which I don't know if we can look at here. Might be able to. You can grind these out later in the game. These allow you to, it's not going to let me see, but you basically can use this to re-roll all the substats on a rune, and you don't want to waste these. These are great to have. You want to get 6-star, every 6-star legend rune that you get, even if the substats are horrible, as long as it's a good main stat for that rune, you will want to keep it, because later eventually you will power it up to level 12, and then you can take that level 12 rune, reappraise it, and hopefully turn the substats into something amazing. So once the rune is leveled up to plus 12 and it's got all of its substats, like this one, it did not start as a legend rune. It was probably blue, to be honest, based on those numbers. Looked like it had HP and defense, and I leveled it up to 12 because I needed the base HP. So runes in slot 1, 3, and 5 will never change their stats. So their main stat is at the top. So 1 will always be attack, 3 will always be defense, and 5 will always be HP. Slot 2 can be attack percent, flat attack. Just trying to pull up the full list here. Flat attack, speed. I do not believe it can be crit. Okay, number 2 can be flat attack, attack percent, defense flat, defense percent, HP flat, HP percent, and speed. All those flats are useless. The rare occasion you would use a flat is if it had an amazing speed substat and you were just using it for an arena speed buffer like Bernard. You're trying to just max out your Bernard. Well, that's super late game stuff. I wouldn't worry about that. Anything flat other than on slot 1, 3, and 5. So if you get a 2, 4, or 6 that are flat, it's pretty much time to sell that deal. Now, slot 4 can be all those flat, but you can also have crit rate percent and crit damage. It cannot have speed. So it exchanges speed for the chance to get a crit rate percent or a crit damage percent. And on slot 6, you can have the crit rate falls off, the crit damage falls off, but you can have resistance and accuracy both as a percent. And to be honest, you're not going to want to use those. If you have to use an accuracy rune, keep grinding for better base substats. So some stats you want to aim for in all your runes is your healers. You want to get a speed on slot 2, an HP or a defense percent on 4 and 6. And this is a 6-star speed rune, and the better the star quality, the higher you can roll the base stats, and the more the substats will increase. So the higher the rune quality, the higher the rune grade, and the higher the quality, the better the higher the grade, the better the base stat and the substats, and the higher grade to begin with. If it starts as a legend, the higher rolls you will end up with on all of your substats. So that's why grinding runes is very, very important. So just by his base on this monster here on Beladion is 5340 at level 34 star. He's gaining 3400 additional health, and I've only plussed this up to 6. So if you only have a 3-star rune, I would only take it up to 6. If you have a 4-star rune, I would only take it up to 9, unless it is got some amazing substats, which I did do on a few of my guys here. So here, you can see I kind of follow my own rules here, but I did break the rule on a couple of occasions. So here was a 4-star that I took up to plus 12, and A, because I wanted the HP percent on Shannon so she wouldn't die, and that's the only reason why I took it up to that plus 12. So it's a good HP percent. You can see I've only got a plus 3 on Konamiya. I've got this one to plus 12, and the reason I did plus 12 on this one is because it's a speed rune, and I need all the speed I can get because I need to keep that cleanse going as fast as I possibly can. So I took this to plus 12 because it was it's got a little, the HP base increases every time, but I wanted to see what the other substats were going to be. I was really kind of hoping for an attack percent roll on that one. I didn't get it. So this one I need to take to plus 12. It's because it's going to give me defense, and I'm hoping to get an attack percent roll on it. We'll see. Let's take a look. So every time a rune levels up, the cost of upgrading is going to increase. Last time it was 7,900, now it's 8,850, and that's per try. So if your try fails, okay, I got crit rate, which isn't bad. So I need crit rate. My crit rate's super low, but we are still farming runes. So basically, you just need to farm, and you need to get 5-star runes on all your guys. And get them leveled up to plus 9 if they got really good substats. Go to plus 12. I would not take a 4-star rune to plus 12 unless you're really stagnant for a while and maybe one particular unit's dying. Like if I had a 4-star rune on Shannon here and she was dying, I might plus 12 it because it could just use a little bit more health. So, and I'm still farming for Konamiya percent rune. All I've got right now is this flat rate rune. So I haven't been farming runes too heavy. I've been primarily focusing on farming secret dungeons still, and I did get today more skills in Bernard. I got his Tailwind maxed out, so it's a 3-turn cooldown, and I got a couple of skills. I got this maxed out on Beladion, so now it's 3-turn cooldown. I really need these two. I need 2 more in this skill. I need 3 more to get him maxed out. So there's a quick rundown of the runes. Save your mana. Don't waste them on runes that are pointless. Every time you level it up, it's going to cost more. So just get the minimum that you need until you got some good 5-star runes with good substats. Now, after I'm able to clear Giants B10, I'm going to start getting super picky on the runes that I keep. I'm probably only going to keep 5-star runes if they come purple, which is, plus 9. I can already see 3 substats, and the 6-star runes I'm going to keep until I get enough 6-star runes on my guys. But if they don't come with at least 2 substats, I'm not going to keep them. Substats are super important. The gain on the base stat from 5 to 6, unless you already have 2 substats, is probably not that good. And eventually I'll be selling all 5-star runes unless they're legend with 4 awesome substats to begin with. So with your attack guys, your offensive monsters, you're going to want attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, and speed. And on your support guys, you're going to want speed, HP, defense, and accuracy, depending on if they have debuffs. If they don't have debuffs, you're going to want speed, HP, defense, and resistance, so that they don't get debuffed as much. So the big thing when you're getting into giants is getting some accuracy on Bella Dion and getting some accuracy on Bernard, and you can say I have none. You need to get to at least 45% with your substats in order to land their abilities reliably. You'll still have a 15% chance to fail, which is an innate chance to fail at 45% accuracy, because I think the big giant has like 55% something resistance, but you can't get rid of 15% because it's just hard coded in the game. So if you're at 45%, you've hit the number you need to hit. So there's that. I have accumulated quite a few mystical scrolls, and you see these runes in the shop. Don't buy those. It's a waste. They're white. They're pointless. If you were to scroll through here and find like a 5-star legend rune right now that had a really good set of substats, you might buy it, but it's going to be really expensive. So I have accumulated quite a number of scrolls from my farming from the last few days. So we're just going to do a little mini summoning session, see if we get any skill ups for our guys, see if we get anything good. That was a fusion guy. So she's actually not a bad monster. She's kind of annoying in the later stages of TOA, especially if you're using a. She's actually increases the attack bar and removes all harmful effects. So theoretically, she could actually replace Konamiya in our team. It was a false lightning there. Basically, we got normally she's a 3-star, but she came awakened, which is going to save us. She would give us all defense. She stomps on the ground, so she's got an AoE, and she decreases the attack bar of enemies, and basically deals more damage according to our max HP, so she could do a lot of damage. I would highly consider replacing Konamiya with her, but I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. Remember, we got to stay focused. Wow, back to back. So here's another guy. He is already awakened. He's actually fusion for something for Beretta. So more fusion guys. Come on, let's get something good. Where's some real lightning? So it's about, you should see lightning on average about every 10 scrolls. I've seen 35 scrolls without lightning, and I have seen, now Hargs are pretty good if you get the fire or the wind. The wind is really good for raid, for a beginning raid team. The fire is really good for PvP. So as you can see, we were at 22 scrolls and we have not hit any lightning yet. We got 5 to go. Now my main account, I've saved up tons of scrolls. There's a skill up for Bella Dion. Oh, there's a lightning on our last one. I believe that was the last one. What did we get? Alright, we got Chilling, so he's actually not bad for Necro, which we're not anywhere close to. But he steals a beneficial effect from the enemy and increases the attack speed. Depending on what you got, he can increase the attack speed and crit rate of all allies on your team, which is great in Necro. And this one decreases the enemy's attack speed. So he's a Necro monster for late game. He can also be used in PvP, real-time arena. so he's not any use to us right now. And I don't believe there's anybody here we want to try to get. So with these exclusive summons, usually you want to save those up till you have close to 1,000, and you might have a chance. Now Chastoon would be really nice to have, but with 2 chances, it's just not worth it. None of this fodder is worth it for us right now. I'll probably wait and save up. So anyhow guys, hopefully that helps you with some runes, at least get you acquainted with them. If you have specific questions about runes, please don't hesitate to ask. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if you can. I'd like to get some people talking and conversating. Thank you, and have a great day.